Oh my gosh. It just went through. Oh my gosh. Surprise, surprise. Hello, everyone. Now I need to try to close it out. I had sent one to, okay, I had sent one to the group, but now I managed to get back on. So how do I tell them, I'm here, I'm not there? What a mess. I have no idea what's going on. Hello, Susan. I started to start a chat at our group's IO, but then I said I'm gonna try one more time. This is like my fifth time. So, hello. I'm so sorry with all this. I have no clue what I'm doing. No clue. I feel like an idiot. This has been a hard day, but it tells me I've got a live stream to do tomorrow night. Our landscape live stream is tomorrow. And thank you. Okay, thank you, hon. So anyway, but our landscape live stream, and I don't understand it. They're going to be getting rid of the live stream, and then you'll have to do it through an encoder. And I took time hours before today to download the encoder, but I don't know how to run it. And I've never taken a computer class in my life. I only know what to do, I only know how to do what I do. And so, oh, thank you, Diane 57. I kept trying. It was like, I felt like a mom who her kids are out there and she's got to find them. I wasn't going to stop trying. Sonia, hi, beautiful girl. Sonia gave me this most lovely gift, and it's for all of you because she's been such a dear member, and I'm glad that we've been with her this last year. So, Sonia, we love you to bits. And Nikki's here. Oh, thank you. And Jody. Oh, boy, do I have a photo to show you that Jody sent. Jody has chosen the topic of our next landscape type or art quilt project. I'm going to do the landscape quilt tomorrow night and see how far I can get on it because Jody's already finished hers. And I tell you what, no moss grows on that girl. Anyway, so she said, I said, what kind of things would you like to do? She came up with us doing and some kind of bird. And I'm going to do a flamingo where I try to use bright and bold fabrics and do a collage print of that. So I know. So she's already started hers. And wait till you see the photo. It's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So I just wanted to finish up with Mary Mayhem because what a talented quilter. And her real name is Mary, Merry, May, May. But she names her mysteries Mary Mayhem. But I just wanted to show you that she sent, the name of it is called Just Around the Corner. And it is her 143rd quilt that she's designed, mystery. And then she gave us part 2. And I love it. She gives you suggestions on colors of fabric, and then she gives you instructions on how to actually do the work. I mean, you learn so much. But here are all the different parts. And like I said, you'll get them free if you go and sign up for, and I'm not going to show you too much more because I don't want to show you the mystery. But trust me, it's a pretty one. So, and she also gives the options to do all sizes from babies up to this one. Let me see. She gives you sizes for lap, twin, queen, king, full. She's something else. So, and if you want to improve your skills and put a dent in your stash, mysteries are the way to go. So I highly recommend Miss Mary Mayhem from New Jersey. Also, if you go to her site, marymayhem.com, if you're up in the New Jersey, New York area, she has 3-day retreats, and they're called barbecue retreats: bed, breakfast, and quilt, BB and Q. And they're like 135 plus your hotel room. Not a bad deal. So check into her site and see what's going on with Mary Mayhem. So anyway, hi, Michelle. It is so good to see my Michelle. So y'all were talking about things that you're going to New Year's resolutions, okay? I'm not that good at New Year's resolutions because I hate to put pressure on myself. But I wanted to show you something. I get this email from All People Quilt, which is part of American Patchwork and Quilting. Okay, All People Quilt. And I get a free newsletter. It'll give you free patterns, suggestions, ideas. Nice one. They came up with their version of our New Year's resolutions, and they came up with some good ones. And I would like you to put your thinking hat on and give me ideas of things that you want to do for New Year's resolutions. But one of them says, vow to use your scraps, even the small ones. The next one says, make more time to sew. Successfully pair fabrics from your stash. Add a label to every quilt. Now that's a good one. Take a stab at quilting your project. Yeah, if you haven't ever done machine quilting, try it. Find a little simple something or something you're not overly fond of and quilt it. Cover every bed with a handmade quilt. And when they say handmade, it means you made it, somebody made it. It doesn't all have to be done by hand. Because trust me, if I had to do everything by hand, I'd be lucky if I got one thing done a year. So I added some more. Okay. Label every quilt is a good one. Yes. Okay. So I added some more that I thought I would be interested in doing this year. And I thought we might do something with here as a group just for fun. Sometimes if I have people doing things with me, like walking, exercising, it helps me stay honest and follow through with it. So my first one was finish gift quilts. I have a gift quilt for a friend named Janice from New Hampshire, and it's been almost done for years. I think I'm going to finish that very soon and get that off to her. Make a record of my quilts. I've always wanted to do a binder of my quilts and write a little something about it on the page, maybe include some scraps of fabric that I used for the thing, and then a nice big picture of it. It might be fun. I mean, I've been quilting for 30 years. What am I waiting for? Make a photo of every quilt that I have accessible that I've made, because I always intended to do it and I didn't always do it, or I don't know where the photos are. Keep my sewing room straight. That's a hard one for me because it looks pretty good in this picture, but what you don't see is what's down there on that countertop. Right now, my countertop, once again, has gotten 3 feet tall. I need to organize myself because I'm one of those people who needs an organized room to create, to be creative. And I'm getting in my own way. And you know what? I don't want to be in my own way. So I'm going to try to get my room straight. And it just means take 10 minutes maybe of every time I come down here and put something away. Find something to organize just for a few minutes and then start my quilting. And that way it's not so painful and I might make progress. All right. Then pick 2 old unfinished projects that I want to get completed. I don't know about y'all, but I'm not going to make a complete list of my UFOs. If I did, I feel like I would suffocate under the weight of it. I'm sure I have over 25 unfinished projects. Well over, probably. But I'll just pick 2 and see if I can get them done. Then, and I was going to tell y'all, I've been going to Myrtle Beach now 7-8 years, and we do 2 projects. I have done 2 new quilts all those years, and I've always wanted to take all of them back and show them all, because they do a show and tell. And I've always wanted to take all of them and show them that I finally completed it. And every year it comes up, I'm going to Myrtle Beach Quilt Party in less than 2 weeks, and I haven't done it this year either. Then one of my ideas is learn a new skill. And I think that's a great one because it keeps you interested in growing. And you never want this hobby to become stale because you'll give it up. You need to keep challenging and stretching. And then give away one project that I don't want to complete. Because not every quilt that I start is a quilt that I like or enjoy. And you know what? Life is too short. So I might just give it to one of y'all. So pay attention, because I'm going to find a quilt here that I have that I just don't want to finish. And I'm going to give it away. All right. Give away fabric that I know I'll never use. Sometimes I bought fabric, especially years ago, and it's just not my style anymore. And I'm going to find ways to give this fabric away. Bonnie's been really good at that. And aren't we lucky? Okay. Now, let's see what you have. What did... Yeah, and you know what? I can't clean all at once. I don't have the attention span, because as soon as I get really deep in everything, a squirrel comes by and I'm gone. But I can set aside 10 to 15 minutes every day when I come down to sew, and spend that time organizing, and then come and sit down and do a project. I'll be rewarding myself with sewing time. In fact, I love Pat, was it Pat Fry that was talking on our group site, Groups.io today, and talking about how she missed her sewing machine and her rotary cutter and all of that. I love it. I love it. So, but anyway, and I hope everyone got the package that they were supposed to get, because I really want to make sure. So, but anyway, what other kind of, y'all have any, if I can figure out the best way to keep a room clean, I know. Because, I get these frenzied moments where I just I pile it up on the counter, and I need to do better than that. How long does a room remain straight? I don't know, Bonnie. I think you do a pretty good job, darling. Put all the patterns all in a basket and take one bite at a time. Yep, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And we don't eat elephants. I just wanted to, Greenpeace, we don't eat elephants. So, oh, good, Deborah. You printed off the mystery quilt. Excellent. Because she's really, really a good quilter. If I had had more time today, I would have liked to have just made a couple of her blocks just to show you. But in fact, one of the things that I wanted to do while I'm here with y'all, because I said, Deb, if you're going to talk about, new things to do, then you need to do them too. And one of the things I wanted to show you is, remember the last couple sales that I've been to, one at the retreat and one at the retreat. What did Bonnie say to do as a group? Make blocks of new techniques and put those together to make a quilt. Oh, I love that idea. In fact, if we have somebody who would like to volunteer for that, that would be wonderful. And I'm taking some new classes of new techniques this year. So I can bring us, it would be fun to have you guys look for a block that has a new technique and teach us that. So like, one person will say, for this month, this is the block I found. And if you aren't comfortable teaching it, then I could make a quick little video or just cover it during our Sunday live stream, and so that we could each do that, because it's nice to break things down. These are my comic boards that I get from Connecting Threads. The latest I got on sale for $6.99. So I thought, how I told you today was going to be a sew-in, I thought that I might sit here and sew while we chatted. But now, once I looked at my list of what kind of things do we want to make for our New Year's resolutions, I thought, how about all this fabric that I have bought in the last few months since I organized my closet? And I thought, show y'all while we're sitting here chatting, I can fold fabric. And that way, I'm showing you I'm serious about my New Year's resolution. Because you know what? I have to tell you something, ladies. I absolutely love the way that I put the fabric on the comic boards and organized my closet. I absolutely love it. So I was going to work on sewing a project, but I thought this is something I can do where I can still watch what you say, and I'm not making a bunch of noise or having to concentrate. But this is something that on some of our live streams, if you want to say during the live stream, I'm going to organize or refold my fabrics, then we could do that. Okay, I want to follow what you're saying. Let me go down just a little. Oh, yes, I see. And you know what? I had some good counseling once I moved here. And one of the things she told me is just take and start with one thing. Just start with one thing. Like for me, I grabbed, because down on the floor, I've got the pineapple fabrics bags. And I thought, I'll just bring over all the fabric that's not folded. And yes, today I missed y'all because we didn't have Sunday's live stream. And I miss y'all when I don't talk to y'all for a few days. So I just thought, I wonder, we were just sitting around watching TV and I thought, I'd like to do a live stream. So this is not a big earth-shaking learning new techniques one. This is just catching up with each other. So quilt, record with a photo. Yeah, I think that making a record of our work is a neat idea. And you know what? We're very talented. And you can put anything you want in it. Like, how about Maureen's? Oh, you sweetie. How about Maureen's beautiful town setups, little village, Christmas village? I mean, I would put that in my folder of things. I would take a picture of that and record that because that is so beautiful. Deborah Dunnell's Christmas decorations in her beautiful home. And in fact, Sunday when we get together, I'm going to have a little video of my kitchen to show you because I thought that would be better than just still photos. But I tell you, that has been fun. And one of my daughters, my oldest daughter, had already painted her kitchen. She was a great inspiration to me. And now my other one wants to take and freshen up her kitchen as well. So it's kind of fun, and it's kind of catching, but I absolutely love that I don't have to walk into the kitchen and turn on the lights to be able to see. Brightening that kitchen up has been wonderful. Who's not able to get into the IO group? Yeah, I have really missed you too, Susan. I'm so tickled to see you and Nikki and I showed last week. I showed the lovely things that you gave me, and you got me all choked up on this one. I've never had a Jenny Beyer pre-cut, so I was thrilled. My very first Jenny Beyer pre-cut. But I showed everybody all the things you sent me. And I love this origami little pocket pouch. That is so neat. But this, it's a treasure. Thank you so much. Y'all never have to do anything like that. But I definitely treasure it. So, okay, now I've ironed this fabric. It doesn't have to be perfect. I just want it to lay reasonably flat. And then I just take and lay it here. Oops, let me tilt this down so you can see a little better. I lay this fabric board, and if anybody is here who would like to join our group, please send me an email at ourtimetoquilt@twc.com, and I will send you an invitation. But anyway, I've folded this fabric into fourths, the selvages together, and then bring the selvages to the middle. So it's a nice long straight piece. But I have loved this method, and I went to the Dollar Tree and got a bunch of the little mini baskets, and then I stack them. They fit perfectly in there. But I roll them on these mini comic boards. Now I have bought, they come 100 to a package, and I've bought 5 or 6 packages, and I still have 200 to use. And you can even cut them smaller if you wanted to make a fat quarter size. But it's just really nice. And then when I get to the end like this, a lot of times I'll fold it up, press it. Then I have some large paper clips. And you can get a big box of these pretty cheaply. And then I just slip the paper clip on top. And now I have a nice, neat, tidy fabric. And then, now watch when I put it in this basket over here. I just sit it in the basket like that. And then the basket goes in my closet on the shelf. And it has made it so easy for me to store fabric neatly. All right, so what I usually do is fold my selvages together. Some of you won this. I'm going to make this for our summertime live streams because it just fits the flamingo theme perfectly. But until then, I want to fold this so I don't lose it. Have you ever bought fabric and then lost it before you had a chance to use it? Oh, you're going to start a group in your home. How neat, Deborah. Love it. Oh, I love Rick. He's such a sweetie. Oh, I love you starting a group in your home. In fact, it's good practice. I founded a group and ran it here for 9 years. We were called the Clemens Quilters. And then I just burnt out. I had to have 2 surgeries on my neck because I had parathyroid problems. And I was so worn out, and I hung in there too long. And so I turned it over, and it's still going. It's got a new name now. I think they're the Louisville Quilters. And, but it was a lot of fun. And then it's so funny because what I ended up doing, I think, in a way, is starting a group online. Take measurement on each. You see how, I don't know. But for right now, I have these segregated by colors mostly. But then prints like this that are like panels, I'll end up putting in a separate container. Hello, Roxy. Hello, everyone. But, if I come home and fold these up on my boards and put them in the appropriate basket, I will not lose it, because there's nothing worse than needing to work with it and you can't find it. And, but see how easy this is? So it ends up folding up to about, if fabric is 45 inches wide and you fold it into fourths, it's about 11 inches like this. And then I just roll it. I just keep going forward. And you can fit so much more fabric in if it's well pressed too. But this is my Norman Rockwell. You found some too? Yes. Uh-oh, Vicki, are you not in our group? I will definitely send you an invitation, honey. We've got to get our Vicki in there. Yeah, anybody, please send me an email, because I tend to forget if, after the show goes off, I can forget. So please send me an email. But just go look on Walmart or wherever and get these jumbo paper clips. But see how nice and neat? Look how neatly they fit in the basket now. Isn't that great? And this is very, very cheap. This does not, the little basket costs $1, and you can get 100 of these boards. If you watch for Connecting Threads, has the best prices. They're usually $7.99 on sale, and I got a Christmas sale that was $6.99, but a lot cheaper than Amazon, because there's 100 of these boards. And, I first thought, I could just use cardboard. Well, cardboard is so high in acid content that it wouldn't take long to yellow that fabric. I didn't want to take a chance. Oh, you're receiving the emails and not able to view the group. Well, if you go from your email, you click anywhere it says Groups.io, it should take you right into the group. I wish I knew. Honestly, the sad thing is I can set these things up, but I don't know. As you can tell from today's live stream, I'm not really good at fixing the technical problems that when they go wrong. But if you're getting the emails, try going straight from the emails. Click on the blue Groups.io, where they have it, the address written, or anywhere it says Groups.io. See if clicking on that will take you. Goodness. Oh, look at Susan. She's so good at this. Thank y'all. And I want to say another shout out to Susan and Diane 57. They've been especially good today since I had one problem after another. But anyway, so I'm going to be a grandmother again. I wish Busy Pat were on here. I was going to ask how her grandparenting to be is going. But, so I was going to tell you about my Christmas recipes. All right. Well, now this one's too small to waste a board on. And I was supposed to use it this year to make decorations, but it didn't. Anyway, I've got another one with that already on it, so I'll wait and find that. What was I going to tell? Oh, so I was making a cranberry salad. Okay, and it calls for either one large cherry or one small cherry Jell-O and one strawberry Jell-O. And then you take a couple big navel oranges and you grind them up in your food processor with the rind of one of the oranges. And then you put a cup of, well, you melt, and then there's like maybe a half or 3/4 cup of sugar. Maybe it was a half a cup of sugar. And you're supposed to take the hot water and melt the Jell-O, the cranberry sauce, the sugar. Then you add the pecans and the oranges and a 20-ounce can of pineapple, drained. And mix it all together, and it makes a wonderful cranberry salad. Because I've never, oh, sure I will, Susan. And I've never been good at, in fact, you know what? Let's make on our site, let's make a cookbook of our favorite recipes, because I have been keying them in on my computer because I'm making the kids Mama's favorite recipes. So I'll be happy to do that. So I'll make up one on the site. And, but I got lazy. I was not lazy. I shouldn't say that, because I was working 14 hours a day the last couple days trying to get all the food made and the house clean, and oh my gosh. So I decided to take 3 smaller oranges and just grind them all up, pith and everything, grind everything up. Well, and then the can of cranberry wasn't the freshest, so it might have been a little bitter. Well, between all that orange peel and it being an older can of cranberry sauce, it was the most bitter mess in the world. All because I was too tired, lazy, whatever you want to call it, to peel 2 of the oranges. And I put 3 oranges in the food processor and ground them completely up. So anyway, that went down the trash can. So my girls are like, "You're just throwing it away." I said, "I'm not eating this." It's like, I have to be careful because of diabetes what I eat. And I'm certainly not going to waste my calories on something that doesn't taste good. So I threw it away. Then my other oopses, one of them was, because some of the stuff was just great. My candy yams and my dressing couldn't have been better. But then I made some cheese wafers that are like cheese straws except cookie form. Well, it was getting late. It was like 11 o'clock on Friday night, I forget. And I needed to get these things cooked. So I put 2 big, long cookie sheets in the oven at one time. And they were extra long, so they had to lean up for the oven door to close. Well, I thought, they're not rising cookies, so I thought they'd be okay and stay where they were and cook. No, they all slid down to the end and cooked as a big mess. So that was interesting. So the main thing is, don't try shortcuts. I did also make some fudge, and I don't know if any of you ladies have made the Hershey's fudge. It's a tricky thing to make, where you have to boil the sugar to softball stage and then cool it and then stir it. And, well, I did that, and I was trying to make Caro lace cookies at the same time. I'm good. That's just what I wanted you to do, Susan, because it is funny. I mean, I've been cooking for 40 some years, and still sometimes I think I can rewrite the laws of chemistry. But anyway, So I was making Caro lace cookies, which are fussy. And I was making all the favorite things that I remember from my childhood and that I made for my kids. So I double batched it, even though right on the recipe it says, do not double this recipe because it's so difficult. Okay. So I doubled it, which you're talking tons of sugar and cocoa and milk and I don't know how much butter. So I double it. I can do it though. I've been cooking long enough. I know how to do this. So I'm stirring it until it gets to a good boil. Then you let it boil until it gets to softball stage. I had a candy thermometer and I was doing the drop it into the water, cold water trick. Okay. Mark said, hon, it's about 1 mark from the softball stage. Okay, I'll be right there. I just need to spoon out these last couple Caro lace cookies, but I'll be right there. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Honey, it's only 1 mark from the softball stage. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So I get in there a couple minutes later and I turn it off, move it off the heat, dump in the butter, the peanut butter, and the vanilla. And now I'm supposed to let it cool to 110 degrees. So I go around and I'm doing this and that, putting those Caro lace cookies in the oven and trying to get them out. And I say, well, I think it's about 110 degrees because I can just kind of tap the side of the pot. So I thought, I've got to stir in all this peanut butter and vanilla and butter. And then you're supposed to stir it until it loses its gloss, right? I take 2 stirs and the whole pot of this seizes up. The whole pot seized up. I screamed, Mark, I need your help, because I knew that I had a very minimum time to get this stuff stirred up, but put into the buttered pan so that it didn't all turn rock solid right then on me. So Mark came running. When he heard that tone of voice, he knew it was bad. So he came running and I said, stir this while I get the pan. So I brought over the pan and he's trying to stir it. He's like, hon, it's really wanting to stiffen up, And I knew there was no way I was going to pour this beautiful pan of fudge that would level out and have a nice shine. Oh, no. So he stirs it just barely enough to get the peanut butter and the vanilla in it. And I could have kicked myself. So then he tries to pour it in the pan and he's like, help me. This is too hot and heavy. And I'm trying to, I said, well, let me hold the pan and you try to get it into the pan quick. Cause it's like volcano lava coming down a volcano and it's hardening. As it's coming out of the pot, it's wanting to stick to everything on the way out. And I'm taking the spoon and trying to whack it flat so it'll look a little bit like fudge. And then, and it turns all pale because it's like, oh, we're overdone. Because, in fact, I forgot to tell you, I knew, I sent some of this fabric to one of y'all. But I knew that when I first came in and to test it for the softball stage, soon as it hit that cold water, it immediately hardened up. And I went, oh, no. But anyway, we've got it in the glass pan, the buttered glass pan, and I was smacking it and pushing it down and trying to make it lay flat because it wanted to look like a pan of rocks. And so instead of being the nice creamy fudge that you always want, it looks like rocks, but it tastes good. It's just a little dry. It's not creamy, but at least I was able to save that and the cheese wafers. The cheese wafers, I had to take the monolith and try to decide how to cut it up to make it look more like cookies. So, oh my gosh, let me tell you. And then I'll tell you about the sweet potatoes that I'm trying to cook. And I was so busy, I let them sit in the hot water too long. And so then they totally fell apart on me. And I got out enough to put in my sweet potato pie. But I thought there's no way I can make some yams, candied yams out of this. So the chickens ate that. And Mark said, no problem. I'll stop and get some more sweet potatoes. I mean, honest to goodness, girlfriends. But, oh gosh, and then we're trying to brine the 22-pound turkey, and nothing will fit in the fridge. So I didn't read the whole recipe. It was a country woman recipe, I think, and I knew what ingredients I needed to buy, but I didn't read except put them in a pot and bring it to a boil. So this was Friday night, and we wanted to brine the turkey overnight Friday night and then cook it Saturday so we could have it all cut up and laid on platters in the refrigerator until Sunday when everybody came. Well, there's one problem. The recipe said everything has to cool off. Everything has to cool off. You're supposed to chill it in the refrigerator. You can't put hot broth on a turkey that's raw or frozen. Oh my God. So we were up till 1:30 in the morning. We tried putting the brine on the front porch, and it wasn't cold enough. So then we made a cold sink of water, and we finally cooled it. And Mark is getting very frustrated because he likes to go to bed no later than 11. And it's 1:30 when we cool it off enough. And then we're trying to make sure the turkey's thawed because it needed to squeeze in a little bit to get down into the cooler. And I'm sitting there with my hand in it, trying to pull the ice out of the inside so I can squeeze it to fit in the cooler. And, oh my God. And so I squeezed it enough to force it into a cooler. And then I poured the brine in. Then we filled it full of ice and then put the lid on tightly and wrapped a plastic bag and tied that and put it on the back porch because it was going to be 42 degrees that night. So we got it brined, but somehow in the middle of all that, the breast meat still turned out a little dry. I'm not sure what we did wrong, but the ham came out really good. Oh my God. Now I live in a subdivision, but luckily in our city limits, it says you can have chickens. But I didn't tell them how many I was going to have. But my neighbors are all cool with it. They're very nice about it. But anyway, so I think that was pretty much the worst of my problem. Well, there was a little bit of a problem. I baked the baked potatoes for the yams, and I baked the regular potatoes to make mashed potatoes. And then I skinned the potatoes. I scraped the white potatoes out of the skins on Saturday and put them into a Ziploc bag. And then on Sunday, put them in the refrigerator. And then on Sunday, we were going to heat up the milk and the butter and mash them. Well, I don't measure anything, and I just poured it in a bowl and heated it up. And Mark, not knowing, poured all of it in the mashed potatoes, and we made mashed potato soup. So luckily we had some instant mashed in the cabinet that we just kind of poured them in. So, yeah, I had a few problems, just a few. So, but anyway, yeah, my chickens are so happy. And let me tell you, we went through so many eggs with all the baking. But my biggest problem, lady, when I tell you these problems with my cooking, it's mainly because I do too much. And I want to do everything all at once. Well, I can't pull that off. So, y'all are so sweet. Yep, I mean, I tell you the real deal because it happens to all of us. And I would never sit here and try to pretend I am so good at it. But, okay. Then we had another. See, I always have stories. So we're running around. All my kids and grandkids were going to be at the house 10 o'clock on Sunday morning. And so I said, Mark, we need the green beans, the frozen green beans out of the downstairs. And so I'm dumping them in the bowl to cook them. And I realize one of them is a sweet pea in the shell. What do you call them? Sugar snap peas. So we said, hey, that's what we planned. Yeah. We had 2 bags of green beans, frozen green beans, and 1 bag of sugar snap. And my daughter was like, oh, this is neat. I kind of liked sugar snaps in there. And I said, yeah, isn't that a good idea? I pretended that we planned that the whole time. Yeah, we did. But what can you do, guys? But it worked out great. And I always make too much food anyway. So there was plenty for everybody to eat. So, Audrey's here. Hi, Audrey. Yeah, see, I don't measure and I usually don't taste anything. And so sometimes you can get a surprise. But I don't like tasting food as I'm cooking it. And I usually go by smell, and that usually does pretty good. But, the cheese wafers looked funny, but they were delicious. They came out really good. So, anyway. But yet, I try to do 2 and 3 things at once, and it'll catch up with me on some of this stuff. But I noticed that when the kids were getting ready to go back over Becky's, we got them some big Chinette plates. And I said, pile them up. Take a lot of the goodies and everything. But that's how it works sometimes. What can you do? But we had a great day, a lot of fun. And that night, Mark and we were walking around like some real old people, let me tell you. Some real old people. Oh, hi, Audrey. We had to change our group because the Yahoo stopped so many services. So we're now on Groups.io. And Audrey, we would love for you to be able to join us, hon. And just send an email to ourtimetoquilt@twc.com, and I will send you an invitation. And you have to get used to Groups.io. Like, I wish that they would just show you emails as they came in, but they tend to group them. But we can put bunches of photos up now. It's wonderful. And because we had Busy Pat, she transferred all of our files and photos over. And, oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. So, anyway, but yeah, we'd love to have you there. Oh, yeah, boy, take all that food home with you. And you don't usually have to tell them twice, but it was a lot of fun. And one of my granddaughters has celiac disease, so she always brings her own food when she goes somewhere. Then my oldest daughter is allergic to milk protein. Well, almost all holiday food has milk or butter in it, But what I tried to do is when I made the yams, I took them out before I put anything buttery in it, the dressing. I tried to pull her stuff to the side before I put any of the goody stuff in it. And so, because I get nervous about, any of those food allergy things. I don't want anything bad to happen. But anyway, Michelle, I now know why you got so excited with all the new babies coming, because what a thrill. What an absolute thrill to get that news. We had all opened our gifts Christmas morning. And then he said, well, next year we might not be traveling. And we were all wondering, why? And then he said, well, we got a new baby that's going to be coming by then. So that was so exciting. I've always seen on these video shows where they get to tell the family Christmas Day that they're expecting a new one. So, but anyway, yeah, I'm with you, Deborah. I don't like the mushy marshmallowy type fudge. And I love that old Hershey's recipe, but it's a bear. And, to us, it reminded me of the Charles Dickens movie where they were trying to see if the Christmas pudding came out, because it's always a crapshoot with that Hershey's fudge. It's really tricky. Isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth? I try to do things too fast, and then I make so many mistakes that I end up further behind. Exactly. So anything going on, y'all, that you would like to tell me, or any questions that you might have on any project you're working on? Oh, thank you. Yeah, I told him early on, and it's exciting. My son is 33, so he waited a little bit, and the baby Russell is 9 months. In fact, I should have lots of my Christmas pictures to show you on Sunday. I'm going to do a video of the kitchen to show you how, for just a few $100s, you can change the look of your kitchen. I'll show you that Sunday. And then I have some great photos of y'all's old baby. In fact, I might be able to bring up one or two just to give you a hint to make sure you come back on Sunday. So, and by Sunday, I'm going to spend so much time trying to learn what this whole new, I'm really sorry, but to do the live stream, they're changing over programs. And it seems like just when I figure out one thing, they go and change it. But let me show you a few good photos. I hope Jody's still here because I'm going to show hers. All right, let's see. Let me turn off the light here. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Let me turn this around. Okay. All right, let's see. Okay, so we've got Jody's landscape. Come on, picture. It'll be up in just a minute, guys. Don't worry. All right, here was her landscape that as she started it. And then she added a lighthouse, which I think is so cool. And she added a little strip of land on the other side. And look at this here. Isn't she awesome? I love it that she has her own vision. And here it is, pretty much finished. She's got the snow coming down. Look at the shading on the trees, and then look at her flowers at the base of the trees. And then she put a fabric shadow in, which I thought was brilliant. And then, like I say, she's already started on our next in the series. I let her choose, and she wanted to do a collage animal, and she picked birds for us to do. And look at this woman. She has got some talent, girlfriends. She has got a lot of talent. So I'm excited to see how she keeps going. And she's moving so fast. Tomorrow night, I will have a landscape live stream. And when I do the landscape live stream, who else was I going to show? Hold on. I know I've got it somewhere. Sonia's. I got these pictures in today of Sonia's dragon quilt. She has done some exquisite quilting. I love how she did this, which looks like the dragon scales. I mean, just beautiful. Now, let me show you this. Look at this. And look how she did the bricks and the stonework in the buildings and outline the dragon. That is gorgeous. Way to go, Sonia. So let me see. Is there somebody else that I wanted to show you? I know I've probably got plenty. And, these were so cute. She has a dog just like my daughter's, a standard white poodle. And that is just so cute. She's holding her little tutor, I guess, to celebrate Christmas or New Year's Eve. And there's a family photo. Just beautiful. Just beautiful. I don't know if you can see it. It looks kind of dark on here. And let me see. Diana Wright. I thought I had some with Diana Wright's. Oh, she's working on the John Wayne quilt. Look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? And then she was doing it did the sitar quilt. So that is neat. And I'm going to show you these again on Sunday. I'm just giving you a little sneak peek. And I think, let me see. Trying to remember what I have here. Oh, Nadine's family meal. Isn't this beautiful? I think she said it was family members in Bavaria. And it is absolutely charming. I just love it's. Now we get to see what it looks like, halfway around the world on Christmas. And how beautiful. And then her beautiful new porch. I can just see her out there with some iced tea this coming summer. She's going to love it. All right. I'll show you the rest on Sunday. But for now, I just gave you... Oh, you know what? Wait a minute. Hold on. Where did Maureen's go? Hold on. I wanted to show you Maureen's. Hold on. I want to show you Maureen's Fantasy World. I mean, beautiful. I wish I could miniaturize myself and live in one of her. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? She's very talented. Very, very talented. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I would love to sit there at night and just picture who lives in there. And there's one more, I believe. Look at that. Isn't that just beautiful? I love how talented you all are. So, all right, we'll see some more on Sunday, I promise. But so if you have sent me pictures, I'll make sure I show them, I promise. And it's not too late to get me some in by Sunday. So that will be great. All right. Well, I think I'm kind of tired and I need to go figure out how to do this live stream before tomorrow night. Because y'all have been very patient today, but I don't want to put you through all this again. So tomorrow night, for anybody who would like, we'll do the landscape, and I'm going to be doing the trapunto and show even Jody. I want to show you how you get that definition. So I'll be doing that tomorrow night. And then Sunday, we're back to our Sunday fun. So, and I want to enjoy this with you because I probably won't be in town on January 20th. I'm trying to think. That Sunday, I'll probably 19th. I probably won't be doing a live stream on the 19th unless maybe I'll do it from the hotel. I just might do that. I think that'll be fun. I've done that before. All right. So I'll plan to do that from the hotel. All right. Is anyone... Hello, Lucas. I'm not sure what you're saying. So, oh, thank you. 7, yeah, because 7, oh, okay. For you, you're an hour later, Susan, because it's 7:30 on tomorrow, and that's Eastern time, New York time. So, anyway, it was so good to see all of you. Thank you for hanging in there with me. I really did try to learn this time, but obviously I need to learn a lot harder. I'm going to get this, though, because I can't give up my live streams with y'all. It is so much fun. But on behalf of Cindy Lou Who and me, did I ever tell y'all my maiden name was Lou, L-U-E? So I used to be Debbie Lou. So... Oh, you're Brazilian. Hello, Lucas. Hello. So Cindy Lou and Debbie Lou have a little bit in common. But anyway, I gotcha. All right, good. Yeah, take your time, sweetie. I know you got a lot of busy stuff to do, and I'm just glad anytime I can see you. So thank you for joining in. Lucas, it was nice to meet you. We weren't sure if you meant us any harm or not. We tend to be careful here. So... But thank you for joining me. You are the best. Do something really good for yourself. And I'll see you. Oh, thank you, sweetie. I will see some of you tomorrow night for our landscape live stream. The rest of you I'll see Sunday. Okay? And I'll have some good fun things to show you. And maybe I'll even have all this fabric ironed and folded. Wouldn't that be? I could actually live up to my New Year's resolution. So y'all take good care. Take care, everyone. Have a great evening. And welcome to 2020. Let's hope it's a good year. All right. Take care. Bye-bye, ladies. Do something special for yourself. Goodbye, gentlemen, Lucas. Bye, everyone. So good to see you again. Bye-bye. Big hugs. Big hugs. Mwah.